well, this just got really surreal. I guess this is what the inside of a tortoise looks like. How's everybody doing? Ellington here, and we are back with another epic battle replay today. And this time we've got a 4 versus 4, and if you guys watch any of my streams, you may recognize this battle. This was from a recent stream of mine. And this is on the settlement of Alexandria Aracosia, and it was a pretty fun one, I'll be honest with you. For the defenders, we've got myself as Carthage, Galatia here is Grey Wolf, Rome being commanded by Saturate, and finally, what was the last one? Egypt being commanded by Corby. Now on the other side, we've got Athens being commanded by Agent Panda. We've got Bowie being commanded by Pedro Sor, Missaisli being commanded by Billy Blazes, and finally Arverni over here being commanded by Sea Dog. Now, there's some stuff that's going to happen here, okay? And I want you guys to not be very harsh because poor Agent Panda here. So Agent Panda, like a lot of my viewers, is in Europe, and this game was taken at like 1 a.m. my time, which made it like 6 or 7 a.m. his time or something like that, and he didn't go to bed. And he apparently straight up fell asleep during the battle, and I felt so bad about it because I absolutely get in here with my mercenary Numidian noble cavalry, get into one of his archers down to 57. And they're using their javies on some of the other units here. I'm getting over here. I'm going to get into the Balearic or the Rhodian slingers, excuse me. And now I'm going to go after the ballista here. Now the one thing that I was really, the reason that I felt pretty confident about going into this is that the nearest unit that was there to block that river was a Thorax Hoplite. And with cavalry, typically always your biggest worry is, as you're running away that you're going to get javied in the back. Well, Thorax Hoplites don't get javelins. Same thing here. Another Thorax Hoplite is their general, and I'm going to get away clean and free with this cav. So they were luckily able to get him to wake up and respond to this. Oh, I felt so bad about it. But, I mean, you got to, right? Like, if the opportunity's there, you got to get into it. Now, this corner of Alexandria Aracosia is honestly, a pretty difficult defender corner. And really the reason for that is because anything you try to defend in here is typically pretty rough to do because defenders can get their archers around the sides, and hit you in the back of things. And that makes it very, very hard to hold, especially including for factions like Galatia and Rome, which, to be honest with you, I'll tell you right now, going into this game, we are very, very confident. Egypt, Carthage, Rome, and Galatia all on the same team. Whew. Now, on the other side, there actually has some really good factions as well. Missaisli, Bowie, or Verni. Athens is pretty solid as well, so honestly, like, I was really excited for this game because it was you don't see this many really good factions on the field very often. We were playing random factions, so. Now, I think, what is this, Rome? I think Rome is using his archers. He's probably getting some pretty good side shots here. But you can see Arverni over here. Oh no, Grey Wolf's got a Syrian archer all by himself, getting quadruple teamed by Gallic hunters there. He's trying to pull another Syrian up there, but to be honest with you, even the two are going to have a rough day there, so I probably would just get out of that. Galatian swords going up against Thorax Hoplites coming right through the breach. Then over here we've got Hastati going against Thorax Hoplites again, yeah. You can see some Levy Freeman from Galatia running away there. 57 kills on them. Now down at the bottom here, nothing quite coming in. You can see that they've put down 2 holes in the wall, and now they're going to take down another one here. So at the moment, we've got ourselves set up like this, and then with a couple units behind, and then our archers set up to duel theirs. And this is about when we notice that Boei hard shifts here. Boei is set up in the center over here, you can see, but he is a lot of stuff shifting over to this side. Celtic bowman up to the front here. He's already got one. Once again, like I was saying, set up here, shooting right into the back of the Galatians. Well, I guess it's not quite into the back. So never. Oh, he's shooting at the Hastati. There, yep. That's going to be painful. So I thought about maybe coming out trying to take down a unit here, but that's about when we realized all of this was coming. And so I was like, you know what? We're just going to pull back there. Over here, you got Galatian swords and Levy Freeman and Levy Thorough spears going up against Desert Cohort already in the fight. Desert Legionaries as well. Syrian archers up on the walls now. Looks like they're trying. I think they were trying to duel the Gallic Hunters, but Gallic Hunters have stock, and it looks like they have thus disappeared. Move in some Cretans around. I think trying to shoot over at the Celtic bows. Here comes the rest of Athens' units. You can see archers-wise, he's down to 46 on one. I'm pretty sure I broke... Well, no, I didn't. Rhodian Slinger's down to 78. And then the other two are still pretty healthy. But, once again, my thought here is Thorax Hoplite, no javelins, so, you know, and he's moving over this way, and I think that is a clear shot into our Verney's ballista. And our Verney's ballista has full ammunition. I think he said he used like 2 volleys. And I said, okay, thank you. You can see the general run away. There is a Galatian Desert Legionary here, and a lot of Boei stuff here. And I saw that, I was like, no, 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 run! Remember what I said about javelins in the back? Oh, 175 kills now on them, and they're double chevron. The Numidian Noble Cavalry is so good. It is such a good unit. And I really liked the idea, you know, Carthage only being able to bring 3 Cretan archers. Typically what you'll see is a lot of people will then bring in like a Valeric Slinger as their 4th range. But I decided, you know what, I'm bringing my 3 Cretans, and then I'm going to fill in my 4th with a Noble Cap and use it to go out and have some fun, you know, do crazy things. Galatia coming in to assist my Italian swords here next to the tower. And over here we got Galatian swordsmen against Thorax swords. And then setting up a Libyan infantry right here behind them. Still holding pretty well, but still, I believe the archers still get, yeah, look at that. Celtic bows still shooting. I mean, not quite the back of the Galatian swords, but they are getting kind of into the back of them. Or Hastati set up. It's a double chevron Hastati. But look at this. Here, the Celtic bows actually shifting down towards me and Corby at the bottom of the wall there. Ooh, Artie coming in. Oh, and there's some juicy stuff back here, right through a thorax sword there. Oh, that hurt. And then now, I'm assuming a different artillery, because that one was without fire shot, but maybe he just switched. Yeah, he just switched. Oh, and he's trying to get into this right back here. Now Boei is starting to send in troops down here. Got Celtic warriors coming in. So I'm trying to reform my Italian swords, but you can see I set up my Libyans here in kind of a column formation, because then they can, you see they're out now, but at that point, then they can use their javelins into kind of the side of the units down there. You can see more units set up behind. And now into a little bit of a, not an archer duel, because he's not shooting my archers, but I'm shooting his archers. But the downside to that is here comes Athens going to bring his ranged up to try and contest that. And if I'm not paying attention, he might get some free shots onto me. And one of my units is in the water. When crossing water, you are slower, so they are a little vulnerable inside of there. Over here, still some pretty stiff resistance here from us defenders. Got Hastati and Galatian swords, and then actually now starting to see some better units from Rome, some veteran legionaries up into the combat now. Got the arrow fire and javelins coming in from behind. Now, of course, because I was on the other side, I didn't get to really watch much of what was going on up here, so this is always the fun part about doing the recording afterwards, is getting to go on and see what happened on the other sides, and, you know, check out all the combats that happened over here. You can see Syrians getting back onto the walls up there, some Levy Freemen behind. I think this Principe unit is trying to catch up. Yeah, or where is the rest of it? What the hell? Oh, you know what? It's up here. Half of the unit is up on the wall. The other, this little chunk is running down the road here. Veteran legionaries. A very, very pretty big push here from Athens. Oh, I think we missed it, but I believe I have lost the cavalry finally. What ended up happening is I did take it back through, and it got javelined as it got into some archers, but then it got javelined as it was trying to run. I tried to get it over Nervernes, but it ended up breaking on the way back there, and so it's probably running around somewhere. There it is. 197 kills on it, though. I will take that. I think that pays for it. See back here, I still got Scutari, Italian swords, and then Libyan infantry over here. It's like a little bit of an archer fight. It looks like the Syrians were trying to do something, but the Celtics ended up shooting at them. There's a Cretan over here as well. Now they have a really nasty shot here. They're right up here shooting down into the sides and backs of our defense. You can see I have Libyan infantry, and then Corby, as Egypt, has Galatian swords set up. And now we are switching in some Libyan infantry. Honestly, getting a little thin. We do have some troops ready to go in when needed, though, so. My archers still doing pretty well. This one's down to 76. I think that was the one that, like I was saying, was in the water and was a little slowed down, a little more vulnerable to the archer fire. Uh-oh. And looky here, they're going to bust another wall into this, or another hole into this wall, excuse me. So thankfully we were paying attention to that. Rome here with some veteran legionaries. And actually we had other stuff moving forward too, and realized, oh, I guess we probably spent a little too much there, but not too much, but more than was really needed. Rome doing a good job once again, column formation, trying to use his javelins into the sides. Looks like it's a Celtic warrior coming in. Ooh, but look at them. They're got, what is that, Numidian skirmishers there. Heavy Numidian skirmishers for Masacely, jabbing the back of the unit that was holding this breach. So thankfully Rome had a veteran legionary ready to go in and plug that. But those, that is a nasty, nasty angle. Now this veteran, or heavy Numidian skirmishers down, are already 198 kills. This one up to 82 already. Veteran legionary about to break, 192 kills on that one. There we go. Once again, using that nice column formation to get javelins into the sides of the units. See, we've pulled up some more units to help kind of plug this breach down here. Scutari, Sobek Cultists up here using their fear effect. And thankfully, the attackers were not focusing those down. There we go. See some Gallic Hunters moving up now. And then Celtic Bows into the settlement. I think they're coming in to do the same thing, to shoot the backs of this veteran legionary here. It's no good. Veteran Legionary, 46 kills, excuse me. Thorax Hoplites, 24. Libyan Infantry getting some good javelin volleys, like I said earlier. And then here comes the horde of sword followers from Bowie here. Got another one up here. Looks like they're going to go into combat. Command orders have been issued, and look at this. Athens pulling out of the breach. They're going to switch out for Bowie. A little laggy from that kind of that big switch. A lot of units moving into one spot at the same time. And we're going to try and kind of reform our line there a little bit. Get a counter charge into their unit as well. There you go. Pulling the Libyans out, sending the small unit of Italian swords in just to keep them locked into place so I can reform my line. Libyan infantry might be out of ammo on their javies. That might be why I'm moving them. Veteran Legionnaires doing a good job, but look at this. Continued just this. I'll be honest with you guys, this was just a pain in the butt to deal with. You know, we had tried using our archers to counter it. But the issue is that because of where they are kind of down below this wall, we just couldn't get the angle. Every time we give the order, our archers go running forward, and it's just a pain in the ass. God, those Numidian... The entire game was just listening to Saturate and Grey Wolf bitch and moan about these heavy Numidian skirmishers because they were so painful, because they are a very, very painful unit. Very difficult to deal with sometimes, and if they are able to use their javelins effectively, they hurt badly. So you get these units, these great units like Latian Legionaries and Veteran Legionaries that are so good that just get ripped to shreds because getting thrown, javelins thrown into your back is not a very fun thing to have happen. If you've never tried it, I would not suggest it. A lot of Legionaries in this battle, now that I really think about it. Syrian archers, I think he brought them up to try and focus those heavy Numidian skirmishers. We were feeling pretty good down here. We felt like we had this breach pretty well locked down. They were able to put a lot of units into it. But, we were able to support ourselves very effectively, and it's a very wide open place, so we were able to really get stuff into there. Very Dixie Chicks of us. Anybody get the route, Wide open spaces. Da, 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 da. No, nobody? Okay. Well, it's fine. Now you know. Got some Evocati cohort down here as well. But man, these archers, 141 kills on the Cretans. Celtic Bows, 154, 51, 65. 33 on this one and 65, so that one still has plenty. Celtic Bow down here still has plenty. And it looks like it actually accidentally went into combat here on the Veteran Legionaries. Look at them, 126 kills now, 99 men left. Man, this is just a rude combination, Galatian Legionaries and Veteran Legionaries. Yeah, that's mean. That's very, very mean. But now they've readjusted their fire. Looks like one of the Cretans and maybe one of the Celtic bows shooting over into the back of the Galatian legionaries. Had a wore-out battle rhythm on the Desert Legionaries. 24 kills, Galatian legionaries at 97. Then we've got a rally or a raise the banner popped here. And then a very small unit of Evocati. Look at that, 251 kills. Evocati! If you don't know what Evocati cohorts were cohorts that were made up of legionaries who have already technically earned their full service record, if that makes sense, that they had done their full tenure of service in the Roman legions that they were supposed to, and basically they had retired usually. And Evocati cohorts were cohorts that were made up of men who willingly re-enlisted into the legions to continue to fight. And they were typically famous for Julius Caesar. Caesar was famous for a lot of his men. They loved him and they wanted to fight for him. So especially when he crossed the Rubicon and invaded Rome, a lot of them came to join him, which is crazy because typically he owed them a lot of money usually. But there are also instances where when the Senate refused to pay Caesar's legions because they wanted him to give them up, he ended up paying them out of his own pocket, which was very impressive. And then there were stories of when Caesar didn't have the money to continue campaigns, where some of the legionaries would forfeit some of their own money to help him fund it, and it's pretty crazy for people to do that. You could tell they were far more loyal to him than they were to the Republic or Rome itself. Pompey in himself being a great general, in a lot of ways he never really incited that much love and respect, definitely, but that love and admiration from his men was never the same as what Caesar could. God, look at all the jabbies coming in and out here. It's crazy. Crazy. Great balls of fire. This was a very fun battle. A lot of fun to play live, especially with all of these great players. Now this is a fresh Evocati cohort here. The veteran legionary, I think it might be this one here actually. I think what he did is he put the Evocati in, and I think he brought the veteran legionary down here. The veteran legionary was just not quite beefy enough to continue to hold, especially not against sword followers. And even this Evocati cohort will have a little bit of trouble there. The Evocati, because it's on defense, should win it for sure, but it definitely will take some damage. Heavy Numidian skirmishers here, 141 kills. Only 24 left, but a single chevron on it, so they did pretty well. Look at this, Syrians, nice shot here, shooting over here into the backs of the attacking force. Well done. And then Syrians must be out of ammo, looks like it, 115 kills. Now they're doing a good job. Look at the light Numidians here. Numidian lights, I guess I should say. Getting a nice angle into the side of the Galatian legionaries. Galatian legionaries, 99 kills and only 99 men left and only 47 kills. Not probably the greatest number there. Man, that back shot is really doing a number. Now you can see where we were able to get some shots off over. You can see these Celtic bows are actually shooting over into, onto the other side. But because they were sitting back off the wall, that was allowing my archers to get a shot on them. And you can also see Athens was getting shots, but he's pulling his archers back. Libyan infantry look like they're moving forward to fill in this gap here. Sobek cultists, thorax pikes now moving up. Now, to be honest with you, the place that we are really worried about right now is over here. Arverni is very healthy, and Masaisley is still pretty healthy as well. But you can see Rome, let's see, 64 men, 110 men. He's got his archers over here. And there's no more red, guys. And then the green of Galatia, got 2 units over here, and that's it. You've got on this side, you got thorax pikes, but they're getting jabbied down, so the Syrian archers that are out of ammo are going to try and take the brunt of that. And then, but here you go, Gallic hunters moving over. And then artillery coming from... Ah, look at this. Egypt had his artillery all the way over here. And he's actually shooting over at the Gallic hunters. You can see we're trying to move units over here to assist. Because we don't want the pikes to be out there all by themselves. Galatian legionaries set up here. But in this spot, they're getting pretty weak. 71 men against 152 Numidian lights. But look, or 71 and 71 kills. 166 over here, but they are also getting jabbied in the back. And then the Evocati was a little outside, pulling back into the breach now. But we are just swarming anything that comes in here, just keeping it locked in here as much as possible. Royal Peltis from Egypt now going in. Scutari going to come assist as well. And then Grey Wolf, I think that was, still has ammo on his. His artillery didn't get killed by the towers, so it is shooting over here into, trying to hit the general, I believe. Jen getting out of there. Get your men out of there! Evocati's doing pretty solid, but look at this. So this is gone now, so Galatia holding here, but now they're going to be able to start running down this street as well. Now over here, the thorax pike is still here, and I ended up needing to send my Scutari up onto the wall to come engage the Levy Freemen that were trying to chase the Syrian archers. Chosen Sword's trying to get in the pikes, but I brought my archers over, and now they're shooting into the backs of those Chosens. As long as we can hold on to this breach, we can continue to do things like that. Then the other thing we can do also is pull an archer here to shoot into the back of that site as well. So we've got a couple options to go with. Now, Scutari gonna hold back a Desert Legionary, but the downside to that is the Evocati cohort's getting pretty weak. And Grey Wolf honestly just throwing his gen here to try and slow down this unit for a little while until we can hopefully get something around. Maybe finish something up here or free up a unit to move around, something of the sort. But it all, in the end, it all comes down that we need to hold this, we need to hold this. And if we can hold those, that will allow my archers the ability to move around and get shots to either side. And it also buys us time to finish the battle down at the bottom of the hill. If we can finish the battle at the bottom of the hill, we can reallocate troops to other sides and hopefully continue to hold out. 167 on the Libyan infantry. The Royal Pelt is going out here. I think he went out to chase away some of this stuff, I think. Or maybe to keep the Osworn, I'm not sure. Thorax Hoplite leaving the combat. But you can see the Osworn general moving in. My archers are out of ammo, went in to once again try and slow down that breach, keep it plugged for as long as possible. Yeah, I shouldn't be paying attention. This guitar need to back up a tiny bit. Getting shot by the tower. Galatian swords over here because the Galatian legionaries up top getting weak, man. 149 kills, 52 men left, but Oathsworn going to come in, and I don't know how much longer they're going to last. Right now, they realize they can't really push this right now. They don't really have much of an answer with the pike at the moment. The archers over here, the Gallic hunters, still have ammo, and I'm not, well, the cav from the Legatus General from Rome is, I think, keeping them a little wary, making it so they can't be quite as, aggressive with those archers to hit the pikes. Noble Horse came out of the breach here, actually busted right through the breach, and is just cleaning up these archers. In the end, the archers are mostly out of ammo, but what we're trying to do is we need to get kills so we can try and trigger army losses at some point. We're at that point in the battle where kills are kills. If we can get them, they are useful. Thorax Hoplite pulling back out. 160 kills on them. Nicely done. The biggest issue we had down here is because of such a large breach, it meant that we had to really keep quite a bit there to keep that bottled up. There we go. Archers set up here, shooting over into the sides and backs of the Oathsworn. I guess it's not the greatest angle, but it is something. It's better than shooting them in the front. But you can see the center is gone. They have just a free avenue in. They've got to get through here. It can get back into the back there. It can get over here. Right now we are in a lot of trouble. One of my units that I had over here, I end up having to bring over to this spot to just try and, well, I guess I'm going to take him over here, I think. If I remember right, I think I put him here to try and slow that down. They're able to keep us tied down at the bottom of the hill for quite a bit of time, and man, it was very frustrating. Scutari going up against the Numidian light infantry, but after that, it's all Gallic hunters. Look at the horde coming. Syrian archer going to slow down that horde. Scutari going to come around and try and plug the gap for a little longer. My gen cycle charging the Desert Legionaries here for Misasli, 176, 116. Scutari up at the top, fighting the Desert Legionaries. Honestly, by gen, I was trying to use to buy time here so the Cretans could continue to shoot at that combat up there, because once again, if I could break that, it frees up a unit to move. More units coming in against my Scutari. Hold the line! Scutari still fighting the Numidian lights. Heavy Numidian skirmishers now. Now here, I decided to turn and start shooting the back of this instead. Once again, that's the issue. My Cretans are basically, yes, they're in a lot of trouble. In a lot of trouble. The Noble Horse Gen for Galatia now at 435 kills. My general and his general trying to cycle charge into these Desert Legionaries, Desert Cohorts. If we can continue to kind of get some good charges into them, we might be able to get them to break. That's our biggest hope, at least. Scutari going against the Desert Legionaries. Desert Legionaries are losing that. My general just desperately trying to do as much as possible. Roman general now doing the same thing. 107 kills on the Roman general. But you can see on the other side, Thorax Pike from Egypt trying to bucket. Oathsworn around. Noble Horse at 503 kills now. Getting some charges in from both sides. But look at that. Flags are starting to flash. The pikes just broke. They're just shattered. Egyptian general's dead, so that didn't help. My general and the Galatian general still desperately charging around, trying to do as much damage as possible. Noble Horse Gen is a really good unit. 538 kills, triple chevron now. Charging into the Oathsworn. Oathsworn 217 with 2 chevrons. But I think it is clear to say that that is going to be a GG. The attackers are going to pull this one out. I believe it's just the Galatian horse, the Noble Horse General now. 564. 572. Just really, really well done here by Galatia. That is going to be it. Let's go and fast forward that. All right, now looking at the kills here. So first off, we've got Corby as Egypt with 1,517. Probably could have done a little better here. Some of his units did pretty solid. 108 on the Galatian sword. His archers, I think, were really the big one. Brought all Nubian bows there. 146 on his general. Grey Wolf with 2,254 kills. Galatia, man. 246 on one Galatian legionnaire. 579 on his general. 165, 140, 166. Even 121 on a Galatian sword. Myself with 2,099 kills. My archers, I think, did pretty well. 139 on that one. 197 double chevron on the Mercenary Numidian Noble Cav. I will take that. 182, 182, 185, 170. I'd say my infantry did pretty good. Then finally, Saturate as Rome with 2,318 kills. Archers did pretty solid. And then, come on, guys, it's Rome. We all know what that's going to do. Now, look at this. Hastati, I think he chevroned that originally. Never mind. 212, 287, 220. Very nicely done. Now, for the attackers, we've got Pedro Sor, 2,776 kills. 308, 203 on the Oathsworn. Look how healthy they are, man. Jeez. 3 chevrons, 2 chevrons, and they had so many kills left in them. Then we got Agent Panda as Athens, the poor guy, half asleep playing this battle. 180 on the Cretan Archer, 205 on his Thorax Hoplite General. Sea Dog is Arverni with 1,826, but his army was so healthy. He had so many kills left in this army. 223 on the Oathsworn. Then finally, Billy Blazes as Masacely with 2,706 kills. The heavy Numidian skirmishers really, really doing work. And then, as per typical for Masacely, the infantry really carrying it out. All right, guys, that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.